Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania morning Hundoke. And today we have Reverend Stone presenting on this Saturday, the 20th of June 2026, or the 6th of May in the 14th year of Chongalguk. Thank you all for coming. And let's begin with a bow to our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Chanji Champuninge. Kyombe. Paro. And let's recite our family pledge, both in Korean and English.
가전맨세 7. 전일국 주인, 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 활동과 연결된 의하는 생활을 통하여 심존 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 7. Our family, the owner of Chongalguk, pledges through living for the sake of others to perfect the world based on the culture of heart, which is rooted in the original lineage by centering on true love. Thank you, and I'd like to share Father's prayer entitled, Please Let Us Give Ourselves as Offerings for the Sake of the Way of Victory, that he gave on the 30th of June 1957. Heavenly Parent, we have now realized that we must go this way for the sake of becoming victors for God. We have come to know that this way is a way of tears, is a way of sweat and blood, and this way is the way of offering, which is shared with all the people by dividing one's flesh and blood into all its elements. We've come to realize that if we depart from this way, we will not be able to live in the eternal garden of victory that you are hoping for. Heavenly Parent, we know that our lives are not our own. Our love is not our own. Our children are not our own. And all of our things are not our own either. We know that if through our greed we want to possess everything for ourselves, there is nothing that will be possessed by us. Therefore, please allow us to stand in the position of having become offerings who are able to give everything we have to you, since we know that everyone who is a human being must indemnify the grief of 6,000 years and become a victor. Heavenly Parent, please allow your sons and daughters who have gathered here today to be able to sing of your glory from a restored position by having accomplished their world level and cosmic missions while representing only you and not minding this way of tears, this way of sweat, or this way of death, in order to go this way of victory. And we earnestly hope and desire that you will establish us as children who are able to return all the things of creation to you with tears of joy and to dominate the enemy Satan. Since we have committed all these things to you, Heavenly Parent, please let us go the way of tears, the way of sweat, and the way of blood for the sake of victory. Since the responsibility of having to pioneer the way of victory has been given to us today, please allow us to give ourselves as offerings on the cross by fulfilling this historical mission of victory. We have prayed all these things in the name of true parents, aren't you? Thank you. And before we welcome up Reverend Stone, I'd like to share a praise song. Please enjoy.
잡은 것이 많아서 손이 아픕니다. 등에 내 얘기 조금만 들어준다면 어느 날 갑자기 세월의 한복판에 덩그러니 혼자 있진 않겠죠. 큰 것도 아니고 아주 작은 한마디 지친 나를 안아주면서 사랑한다 정말 사랑한다는 그 말 해준다면 사막을 걷는다 해도 꽃길이라 생각할 겁니다. 우리 늙어가는 것이 아니라 조금씩 익어가는 겁니다. 내가 힘들고 외로워질 때 내 얘기 조금만 들어준다면 어느 날 갑자기 세월의 한복판에 덩그러니 혼자 있진 않겠죠. 큰 것도 아니고 아주 작은 한마디 지친 나를 안아주면서 사랑한다 정말 사랑한다는 그 말 해준다면 나는 사막을 걷는다 해도 꽃길이라 생각할 겁니다. 우리 늙어가는 것이 아니라 조금씩 익어가는 겁니다. 우리 늙어가는 것이 아니라 조금씩 익어가는 겁니다. 저 높은 곳에 함께 가야 할 사람은 어머니뿐입니다. 네, 감사합니다.
Thank you, and let's give a warm welcome to Reverend Stone as he shares this morning.
Good morning, everyone. As you can see, my video condition is not very good, so I won't use that. I'm actually speaking to you from Darwin, north of Australia. So let me share the screen. It's coming, don't worry.
Yeah. Yes.
Gets there eventually. Did it come? There it is. Oh,
Yeah.
good. My apologies. Okay, let's see. start from here. How's that? Okay.
Yeah, looking good.
Oh, good. All right. I wanted to share this morning about a speech from True Father on the 11th of July 2003. This was during the World Culture and Sports Festival. And it was his opening address at the opening ceremony, the founder's address, actually. The title of the speech is Building a World of the Culture of Heart Based on True Love. And I think this speech and the surrounding circumstances of the speech really reveal just how much True Father and True Parents invested in finding, setting a standard as to how to build a world of peace and true love. So let me just go on to the next slide. Here we go. Yeah, so this World Cultural and Sports Festival, perhaps some of the younger ones haven't seen this before, but I'll just read out how this was created and what happened. It was this one in 2003 was a 4-day festival of peace for all humankind between 10th of July and the 13th of July, with 6,500 people attending. It was originally proposed in 1988, the year of the Seoul Olympics, and True Father avidly watched many events with several televisions, and invested so much in the 1988 Seoul Olympics. And many members went there and witnessed to, the athletes as well. It was an amazing turning point for the Olympics, and Father was so inspired that he got the idea of a cultural Olympics where it's not just physical prowess, but it's something to do with sharing the religions of the world and also the culture of the world. So it first began just 4 years later, after it was conceived in 1992. And then it was held every 2 to 3 years. But since 1997, it was held every year. So this is a 2003 one. So it was actually the 9th time it was held, bringing together many organizations that True Parents founded. And so the World Culture Sports Festival aims to realize the ideal of the world is one home, humankind is one family. It opened at 10 a.m. in the Yuguan-sun Gymnasium in Cheonan, as athletes from 80 different nations entered with their national flags. So True Father gave this keynote speech entitled Building a World of the Culture of Heart Based on True Love. So what it comprised, the whole 4 days, was that there was this interreligious peace sports festival. So the different representative teams from the different faiths competed against each other in friendly competition. And then at that time, it was IIFWP, Inter-Religious International Federation for World Peace. It's the precursor to Universal Peace Federation, which was born in a couple of years later, 2005. But so IIFWP was also holding a conference as part of this World Culture and Sports Festival called the International Peace Conference. It was also the 13th World Carp Convention. At that time, Hyunjinim was leading carp, World Carp. And then there was also, as part of that, was Service for Peace. So this was something which was born a little bit before that, which followed on from religious youth service, but it was more broader, not just for religious participants from different faiths, but for anyone, so Service for Peace. And then the International Blessing. This was, I think, 4th phase of the 400 million blessing. There was also the Mr. and Miss University pageant, focusing on a different kind of beauty, character and heart, and as well as physical beauty as well. So then from the 15th to the 22nd, this is just a couple of days after the World Cultural Sports Festival, was the Peace Cup, which was the Sun Moon Peace King Cup, which I'll show you a few pictures of that as well. It's a big soccer tournament with international teams. So this was the Interreligious Peace Sports Festival. You can see a lot of people participating in the start of this. I don't know. I guess it must have been a marathon or something. See up in the top left corner there, they played soccer. They were running and basketball, tennis, table tennis, athletics, and so on. So yeah, it was. This was the kind of like the Olympics, kind of like standard sort of Olympics, but it was interreligious and then. So this was the IIFWP assembly, and you can see in the top there, Reverend Quark was part of it there, and also you can see on the top right, you've got also Karen Judd Smith, who was one of our members coming from Australia, and also you can see the other leaders there as well as Dr. Walsh. So you have on the bottom left, you've got the different religious teams representing, the Chondok or something, and the Christianity is the next. You've got their Confucianism and so on. So the different religions were represented in this kind of sports competition. The big central event was this 400 million fourth phase blessing on July the 13th. On that day, the attendees from all over the world have different races, religions, and faiths. However, they gathered under the same purpose to form true families and world peace. The reason why this ceremony was held at Yuguan-sun Gymnasium is that the Yuguan-sun, which is part of the gym name, is a Korean, of course, the young 16-year-old who was part of the independence movement, who was tortured and so on at the time of the Japanese occupation, I think around just before True Father was born. So, but this is a name which is, known for pure love and patriotism in Korea. That's why True Parents chose this stadium for this event. Okay, next. So the international blessing of 400 million couples. A fourth phase was held in that place. And also around the world, it was like 186 nations as well. It was being done, through satellite, I guess, at that time. So through the ceremonies, some 3,550 couples of young men and women from all over the world, 136 nations resolved to expand true love and form a peaceful world. Here's Father's speech as he introduced this World Cultural Sports Festival. Respected President and former heads of state, eminent religious leaders from various fields, from countries around the world, young people representing each major religion, ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely welcome you to the 9th World Cultural Sports Festival in the Republic of Korea. The Korean Peninsula is my homeland and also the place where God will bring his providence of restoration, the providence of salvation, to its final conclusion. From when I was a boy, I have had amazing spiritual experiences that have enabled me to know God and commune with Jesus and other saints. Through profound spiritual experiences, I have plumbed the depths of God's will and heart and examined the heavenly way and the original path of human life. Human life does not end with the death of the physical body on earth. In the heavenly world, that is the spirit world, the saints and sages, and also all of our ancestors live as spirit selves, which is a form of human existence that is of a higher order than the physical body, compared with the fundamental world that God created, that is the infinite and eternal world. This world of nature where our physical bodies dwell is nothing more than a minute part. The spirit world is an eternal world, and it is also the fundamental and essential world that is the subject partner of this world of reality. I've invested a great deal of sincerity and dedication into the effort to recover principled communion and linkage between the earthly world and the spirit world, which was severed by the human fall. This has been a truly difficult task and would not have been possible unless the appropriate conditions had been set on earth and in heaven. Recently, in accordance with God's will, I am able to work through mediums to send instructional messages to the spirit world and receive exact responses to those instructions and reports on the actual situation there. What is even more amazing is that the representatives of the 5 major religions gathered in one place to declare that God is the parent of humankind, declare that I am the Savior, the Messiah of humanity, affirm that the unification principle is a message of peace for human salvation, and affirm that the peaceful unification of the cosmos will be completed through true love and through the life lived for the sake of others on a level transcending religion, nationality, and race. They further resolved that they would attend true parents and harmonize, unite, and devote themselves for the sake of God's kingdom and world peace. So you will remember, some of you, at that time that this time there was a lot of revelations coming from was it Dr. Sung, the one who did the unification principle, and he went to the spirit world, I think, around that time. There was also even a lady it was in Sydney, who's living in Bankstown, and she was receiving all these revelations as well. So Father's referring to this time, and then this book of Revelations coming from the major saints and disciples and all kinds of people was becoming publicly pronounced at the time. These events happened in the spirit world as the new millennium was beginning. God's will in the providence of restoration has been extended through the Old Testament age, New Testament age, and the completed Testament age. But now I'm indemnifying this completely in order to bring it to a final conclusion within this current generation. And that's why good spirits in the spirit world, centering on the 5 great saints, are testifying to these things and actively cooperating. The spirit world is the fundamental world and in the subject partner position to the physical world. So whatever happens there is sure to have an impact on Earth. Many spiritual phenomena have begun to take place, and resolutions containing the same content are being made with increasing frequency. The World Cultural and Sports Festival did not begin on the basis of human thinking alone. Its motivation lies in the will of God, and it is conducted with the full cooperation and support of the spirit world. It is a celebration to offer the champion of love to God. I ask you to remember that the good ancestors of all participants and the religious leaders in spirit world are sending you their encouragement from the spirit world. One of the important missions of religions is to educate people properly on the spirit world. If people knew with certainty about about God and spirit world, they would fulfill their divine calling and responsibility with conviction and hope and become whole. In the present age, many countries are realizing that the security of their country is not an issue that can be addressed by any country alone. No country is free from the international issues such as war and terror and the threat of nuclear weapons. World leaders agree that harmony and cooperation among religions is necessary for the sake of world peace. And this is even more so following September the 11th. For the past 5 years, I have warned about the dire threat of conflicts and the wars among religions. And finally, now people are beginning to understand the seriousness of these. Now, Father was extremely concerned about interreligious war. And this is one time that he mentions that. And when we look at the world today with Israel, representing Judaism on the national level, Iran, of course, the heart of Islam, and then, of course, America at war. I can imagine how concerned Father is in the spirit world and how God is so concerned about this, escalating further, and so this was definitely Father's great concern. Reconciliation and cooperation among religions is a prerequisite to world peace. The important events of the World Cultural and Sports Festival are intended to create permanent harmony among religions. Leaders, particularly religious leaders, must understand the importance of people's true love lineage and teach this correctly. God's will in creating the first man and first woman as the ancestors of humankind was that they would each become perfected in true love and bring about a healthy reciprocal ideal as husband, wife, and establish a family centering on God. In this way, their descendants were to have multiplied generation after generation as God's people. The first human ancestors failed to complete the first family formed through God's marriage blessing. They fell by means of the bonds of Satan's false love and were expelled from the Garden of Eden. As a result, they established a family that had no relation to God's true love. The human ancestors failed to become God's sons and daughters of goodness, husband and wife of goodness, and parents of goodness. For this reason, humanity had its origin in false parents and false ancestors, and has multiplied evil descendants by passing on false lineage. First human ancestors failed to pass on God's true love and true life and true lineage. Humanity that is descended from false ancestors must, by destiny, endeavor with true love to recover the true family that God desires. True love, true life, and true lineage are all important. But amongst these, true lineage is particularly precious because it transcends the life of a single person and connects one generation to another. You represent the youth who have gathered, transcending nations and religions. You are the most important participants in this festival, seeking to bring about a new world of true love, culture of heart. You possess things that are truly precious. You possess those qualities such as youth, fervor, purity, righteous spirit, bravery that are closest to God's nature. Because of this, God's desire is to be with you. You should use your open minds to go beyond the barriers of exclusivity and antipathy, conflict, and hatred to set the roots of religious harmony firmly in the ground. So you can see here that Father is really has great hope in young people because they're open-minded and because they can go beyond the conflicts of the past and the prejudices of the past. One thing I have practiced and taught through my life is the breaking down of barriers. We must rise above the differences of race, religion, and nationality and live together. We are all members of one world family living in brotherly heart centered on God. This must not be a mere slogan or rhetoric. We must actually live this way. God places his greatest hope in the young university students. We must transcend the consciousness of belonging to a particular race, language, religion, country, or culture. I would like to give you a truly precious teaching today. People, particularly young people, must understand correctly about the value of the love organs and treat them preciously. Love organs in the original state are the center of original love, life, and lineage. The completed fruit of love, as well as the conception of new life, is possible only by means of the love organs. Without utilizing the love organs, the parents' lineage cannot be passed down to the next generation. For this reason, the love organs are the most important parts of the human body. Unfortunately, in fallen modern society, the love organs are misused in too many instances. The worldwide trend is that social and cultural environments, working particularly through movies, music, journalism, and the internet, are misleading people into the misuse of their love organs. Young people are easily swept away by the waves of free sex that are ruining countries, and families are breaking apart. This is a tragic reality. It is time that religious leaders and other leaders of conscience raise their voice loudly in support of what is right. In every instance, the preciousness of the family must be recovered, and the proper standard of ethics for love relationships between men and women must be established. It is here that we find the reason that the marriage blessing ceremony of true love through true parents and the movement of young people for pure love must spread throughout the world in a manner that transcends nations and religions. The precious significance of the interreligious and international holy blessing ceremony that will be held on the 13th can also be found here. I have encouraged people to participate in blessing marriages that transcend nationality, race, culture, and religion. I particularly promote exchange blessing marriages between peoples of nations that were former enemies. I have done so for the Koreans and the Japanese, white and black Americans, Christians and Muslims, and Israelis and Palestinians. When this effort becomes universal, I think how much it will shorten the path to world peace. By practicing love for our enemies, we can make our leadership apparent, tear down the barriers in our minds and bodies, and bring about God's world of peace in which sincerity and dedication are offered in love. Respected world leaders, we have long spoken of the United Nations as the most representative organization for peace. As we can see in the UN's growth from 55 member states to 191 and its history over the past 58 years, however, the internal and external environments of this organization has changed enormously. The UN has many accomplishments, but it now faces many challenges, both within and without. There are many limitations and problems, including the issue concerning special rights in the Security Council, the issue of fairness between powerful and weak countries, the issue of the power of imposing compulsory sanctions, and budgetary issues. Particularly the UN, in its activities, has ignored the spirituality and importance of religion, thereby bringing on itself a fate similar to that of a body that has no mind. In the multipolar world, the UN has become a body without a mind, become unable to deal effectively with the problems facing the world, and has lost its impartiality in analysing world issues, causing it to favour one side over another. If the UN continues on this path, it will not achieve the purposes for which it was originally founded, and, far from developing further, may face a crisis that will decide whether it will continue or be forced out of existence. For the past 30 years, I have watched the UN with hope and concern to see whether it would become an organization for true world peace. And over the past 4 years, I've taken every opportunity to call for the renewal of the UN. My plan for the renewal of the UN is to establish an interreligious council with its structure as an organ of superior position. Fortunately, the representatives of the Philippines and the United States, with the support of several countries, are going to submit a plan for the renewal of the UN to the 58th General Assembly in September. I'm confident that many countries will cooperate so that the United Nations can become an energetic structure centered on God, bringing about true peace. In the spirit world, the 5 great saints and other leaders have already resolved that they will cooperate. The delegates to the Interreligious Council that will be created within the UN will have the opportunity to accomplish the lofty ideals that the founders of their religions attempted to achieve, but to do so, they will need character and wisdom that are models of true love. To do this, religion itself must stand firmly on the path of other-centered practice. If religion cannot do this, the Interreligious Council will have no value. Today's world needs religious leaders who can go beyond denominationalism, the selfishness of their own religious groups, and the fanatical religion to practice true love. The events that make up the cultural festival, the international and interreligious blessing marriage ceremony, the Interreligious Youth Peace Athletic Festival, the International Peace Conference, and the World Cup Convention, Service for Peace, are all for the purpose of world peace. I've also built worldwide foundations in the areas of education and the arts. These are the Sun Moon Peace King Cup that will begin on the 15th of this month with the famous clubs from around the world. They're all activities aimed at building a peaceful world of the culture of heart. I believe that over the next few days, under the watchful eyes of the spirit world and the earth and this earthly world, we will make manifest for all to see our vision for peace, our resolution, and our leadership. I'm confident that we will inspire the people of the world and create a common bond of heart that will plant a message of hope. I pray that God's blessing will fill you and your families and the world. So, this is incredible. The whole World Cultural and Sports Festival is really a incredible effort of investment and of true parents showing the way. This is how the world has to go. This is the way for peace, I'm showing you the way. I'm investing everything I have to create this world of peace. So just an amazing testimony to the work of true parents. And just to, as finally finish here, as Father said, 2 days after the World Cultural and Sports Festival was this Peace King Cup. And Father brought together some pretty high-level teams. Besiktas, JK from Turkey, Club Nacional from Uruguay, Kaiser Chiefs from South Africa, also Galaxy from LA Galaxy from the United States, Olympi Leones, something like that, from France. And the ones that ended up winning was this PSV Eindhoven from the Netherlands. Of course, Songnam Ilhwa was our own club, which was also competing, and another one from Munich in Germany. So, yeah, this is this was the opening game between Songnam and the Turkey club from Turkey. Yeah. So the ones that actually ended up winning, as I said, was this Eindhoven, and Father presented them with the US dollars 2 million. Sorry. So there you go. They're standing. It was raining, of course, and still Pele was alive at the time, and he was also supporting this whole event with True Parents. So this was a picture of him and True Parents in Han Nam Dong. And because Pele passed away, I think 2022. So anyway, you see incredible effort, investment in every possible way from our True Parents. Thank you for your kind attention. God bless.
Yes, thank you, Reverend Stone, for sharing. And I think before we listen to some comments, I think it's nice to reflect over another praise song. So I'll just bring that up. Please enjoy.
이 그 없는 고통 속에 인류를 위하여 드디어 오신 자 부모님 그 사랑의 힘으로 세상을 부르니 희망이 보이네 기세 못 떠나 나를 지켜주시고 이끌어주시는 참 부모님의 참 사랑 경례 바로
Yeah, thank you, Reverend Stone, for sharing. This a very a great message that Father gave on July 11th, 2003, building a world of the culture of heart based on true love. Yeah, and so many things Father spoke. But I was just struck again by the World Cultural Sports Festival, that really combining culture and religion and sports together, to really show the culture that God really desires to see, and that is one humanity together. I remember, at not that particular World Cultural Sports Festival, but I remember at the Olympics, the unique uh, event of North and South Korea participating together as one nation. So there was an opportunity, to really cross all the boundaries, in using sports and bridging the gap of religion. To see that the pictures you had there of the different religions standing on the parade ground, ready to compete, and also to have the World Peace King Cup happen. I remember watching that time and seeing Korea win the first game against Turkey, and but then as you said, the Netherlands won in the end, and there's a huge prize money at $2 million US dollars. That's really brought out many athletes from around the world, and but really highlighting peace. Really, through sports, we can overcome the barriers, and every year, we have so many different sporting events, but the uniqueness of this, I believe, was the incorporating culture with the sport, and so we can have one culture, the heavenly culture, and one nation, the heavenly nation. Yeah. Anyway, just some thoughts, and so thank you, and open it up to anyone else who'd like to make a comment. Please do. Yes, Keitha, go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everybody. It mentioned about those Father receiving through mediums, the revelations, I looked in my bookcase and we've got them here. They were created into 4 little books, Sung Han Lee was in the spirit world, and then, like you said, the medium here in Korean sister. They're very, very deep. A lot of insights there which we don't usually hear about. But also I wanted to mention that the Interreligious and International Federation for World Peace, that Greg read the speech, I think, last week. Behind that was just before Father did that, I was in New York. Father mobilized all the nations that were involved in the Second World War, Cain and Abel, so-called Cain and Abel nations, And so hundreds and hundreds of us went from Europe and also Japan and Korea. So Father, Mother Nation, and then these 2 nations. And leading up to the inauguration of the Interreligious and International Federation, we were pounding the streets of New York with not these 4 books, but a smaller book, a summary, It was called Cloud of Witnesses. And we were giving out these books, everywhere and anywhere. Yeah, and it was a synopsis of basically we were saying, testifying, they're testifying that Father's the Messiah. That's what these are doing, yeah. And we were giving these out all over New York, and a survey, and it was a huge mobilization in that time, yeah. And some of us were so inspired with these little booklets called Cloud of Witnesses. Brothers and sisters would get at the end of the mobilization, filling our suitcases with these books and taking extra books back to our home nations, yeah, to deliver there, yeah. But it was a very beautiful mobilization, because Father visited us every day in the New Yorker, and I have a very deep personal testimony to that. Maybe another time I can share. Yeah, but these books, if you can get hold of them, really beautiful testimonies. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Yes, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, morning everyone. It's quite timely, Greg, because just a couple of days ago, the Major Baseball League in America ordered all the players to come out in Pride rainbow uniforms, and a lot of them refused. So there's a massive court case going on at the moment. So I'm wondering how our movement can capitalise on Father's foundation, and whether we should say something out, really en masse and support the people who dissented's reaction. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Johnny, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, this came or received a message from Sang Han Lee. At the time was living in our house. When she started receiving the messages from Sang Han Lee, she was for 40 days. So, but of course, it was just the beginning. So we didn't have much of a give and take about details or what's going on at that time. Because she's also a national messiah for Kuwait, like I was. So they came to Australia because I was here, and as we can't go to Kuwait, so they will set up a base in Australia for Kuwait. That eventually didn't further, but yeah, she received all the messages at that time, and I'm not going, of course. Yeah, yes, just to mention that. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, everyone. And I think it's time now to offer our unison prayer. So I'll just bring up that screen just for a moment. Okay, let's pray together. Thank you. Due. Thank you, everyone. Thank you again, Reverend Stone, for sharing, and I hope everyone has a great day and see you all again tomorrow. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
What's Greg doing in Darwin? Greg?
Visiting our son. He's working up here.
Oh.
Thank you. Okay.
6 minutes left for the World Cup
Oh
game.
my gosh.
Yeah, we are losing. America got 2.
Why
Oh
did you
no.
say that? Shh, Chris.
Yeah.
We have to watch.
the first 5 minutes there was a suicide goal.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.